I cried a lot, which kind of frustrated Nick a little bit because he had to reel me back in, and it's a lot harder than you guys would think.
Good morning, guys. This is Nick with Chestnut Hills Farmstead. This morning, you can see the baby pigs behind us, but today is not a fun day. Today is selection day and castration day. So in this video, we are going to show some of that. So if you're a little squeamish when we get to that part, you may want to skip it. But we're going to select out the girls that we want to keep for breeding. We know that one of the little boar piglets we're going to leave uncut for a neighbor that wants a breeder. We may pick out a couple more to leave uncut. I'm not decided yet. We'll talk to Zoe when she gets up here. But today is the day. It's time to get them ready to go to other homes. This is not something that Zoe and I have done before. Luckily, we've had the opportunity to watch Chuck at Sheridan Park Farms do it a couple of different times on his videos. It's pretty straightforward. My pastor that was going to help us was unable to be here today. He has done a lot of them. He grew up on pig farms, so we talked through it. It's pretty straightforward, and I've castrated bulls. I've helped geld horses, so I think this is actually going to be a little simpler. But we'll see how it goes. So if you're like us and had any interest in learning how to castrate your own pigs when it's time to sell the feeders, today's the day.
So we are going to take you guys on a little bit of a ride with us as we navigate our way through castration and worming. And let's see how this turns out. It should be pretty interesting. We've been through a farrowing stage, we've been through a weaning stage, and now they're all up in the top pen. We are going to go up there. We've got the big ones fed. We're going to go up to the top pen, and we are going to put everybody who is getting castrated or sold into the stock trailer. That is what I think our plan is. We'll ask Nick for sure when we get up there. The ones that we are keeping for ourselves, or a few people that we are raising some for, they're going to come back into the one strand with the mamas and daddies, and the others are going to get cut today. I'm not sure that I'm looking forward to it, but it has to happen, and it's something we really need to learn to do because it can come with a costly bill if we hire out the job. So we're going to head up here. We're going to meet Nick at the babies, and we're going to do some pig cutting, as Farmer Rhett has said several times this morning.
It's me, Farrett, and I will cut the piggy balls.
Zoe.
Yeah?
I'm the one behind the camera this time. I put you on the spot.
Okay.
How many females are we keeping for breeding?
3.
3?
How many do you want?
I don't know.
I don't either. I might change that if I see some that I like better.
Well, we know that we've got to keep one boar uncut for Mr. Ben.
Okay.
Are we keeping more than one boar uncut?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. I told him I would talk to you and decide.
No, I don't want many
I'm
boars.
not talking about for us to keep, to have a boar uncut available for sale. Or do we just turn them all into feeders?
I think that for selling purposes, we'll be better off as feeders because people want to raise their own animals, but they don't want to go through the process of cutting.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So, while I was over there, I was telling everybody that I think your plan is to put the ones we're going to keep are going to go back into the pen with the mamas and daddies. Then we have some that are not going to be cut. Are we putting everybody in the trailer and then we're weeding our way through them?
Yeah, we're going to separate the boys and girls with the cut gate.
With the cut gate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I've got to give them all a worm shot.
Right.
So we've got to catch them all anyway.
Okay. What if we're gonna catch them all, we put them all in the trailer, and then we just work our way through each one. If it's a boy, we'll go ahead and cut him, shot him, put him back in here. Instead of having to separate them, we'll just work our way through them one at a time, because that's less time we got to spend. If it's a girl, we'll give her a shot and put her back in the pen.
The only reason I was talking about dividing them so that you could see all the girls side by side and pick out which ones you wanted to keep.
Oh, okay. So that's just for us to be able to choose from and pull and pick ours out. And,
yeah.
Okay.
That was all I was thinking. If you can pick them as we pull them out, that's fine.
Well, they all look alike when they're side by side like this. We can try. I mean, we can try and separate them.
I want to keep that one, or no, I don't want to keep that one.
Yeah. Well, we can.
I know that we're keeping the big red girl.
Yeah.
And I want to leave the big red boy uncut.
Okay.
And we've got 2 girls going to him, and then the rest are probably feeders.
Okay.
So I'm looking at 25 feeders, and if we keep 3 of those, we're 22 feeders.
22 feeders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. It is time to get the ball rolling. Step 1 is going to be catching all of these little old suckers. And as we grab, we are putting boys in the front, girls in the back, so we can kind of get a count, because we don't really know how much we have of each one. So that's what we're going to do first. is the next morning, and yesterday did not go so well. It was a very emotionally exhausting day. So we decided to go home, regroup, and we'll come back this morning and we'll start back fresh. So we were able to castrate 5 boys yesterday, and I cried a lot, which kind of frustrated Nick a little bit because he had to reel me back in, and it's a lot harder than you guys would think. But it's something that I know we have to do for our farm to be successful. So here we are, and neither one of us are really looking forward to this now. But we've got to do it. So it's time to get started on day 2 of castration. We have 10 left to do. And I'm just praying that this goes a lot smoother today, and we've regrouped and we kind of know what to look forward to.
Let's give him his worm shot. Hang on, little man. There you go. There we go. All right. Got it? It's off, but we need to open it.
Well, pig castration is done. How do you think it went?
After going home and regrouping, like we talked about on the live last night, we came back out here with a pretty good plan of how we wanted to do it. And we got through yesterday we did 5 in the time it took us to do 10 today.
Yeah.
We got through the rest of the castrating, no issues, no epic failure like we had yesterday.
I didn't fall apart. Mackenzie got a little upset, but that's because she didn't see it yesterday.
Luckily, a couple of messages to some pig farmers that we trust, Chuck at Sheridan Park Farms and Jamie Miles at Seven Stands Farm, both answered some questions for us last night, gave us some tips, and that proved to be extremely valuable. And that's just another part of that community, just those 2 guys. They're both in North Carolina, and that was what we instituted in our plan for today, and it made a huge difference.
It did, yeah.
So
it also helped us to know that what we were doing was not wrong.
Yeah, we just needed to dial it in a little bit. We were doing it right. We just needed to adjust a little, and that made a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes from their experience, and they were willing to share that experience with us. And we've mentioned both of those channels before. And if you like pig videos, that's the 2 you need to be watching, because that's who we go to for our information. We don't do how-tos. Well, ours are more of how not tos.
Or how we do's is what we say.
Yeah.
We don't do how-tos, we do how we do's.
And we're just figuring that out as we go, and it's all a learning curve, and luckily there's people out there that we can learn from.
We're done killing bones. Thanks for watching. Chestnut Hills Farmstead.